Thanks for joining us again for Thought for the Week. I want to take the subject of freedom of speech, which is often in the press nowadays. Christians seem to be more and more unsure as to whether they can speak about their faith. They remember the nurse who lost her job because she was asked to pray for another patient. Or we think of the street pastor who was accused of preaching out in the country, and he got into trouble. And therefore we tend to be quiet, and there's not that freedom of speech and willingness to share as perhaps there has been in years past. I want just to share 3 things with you that might be a help. First of all, let me tell you about a very helpful 16-page booklet that the Lawyers Christian Fellowship, together with the Evangelical Alliance, have just published. It's called Speak Up, and explains what is the legal situation about freedom of speech in the country at the moment. And then secondly, let me encourage you not to be frightened, not to hold back in speaking up about your faith. I'll give you 2 examples, if I may. We're aware of the wonderful ministry of street pastors, often around at evening on a Friday night, around on a Saturday, maybe when people have too much to drink. And they're out there just to share support, to love, and if there's an opportunity to speak of their faith, they will do so. Or in the church that I once was a member of, it's a great joy to read of a small group who go down to the local station, often on a Friday night or a Saturday morning, and they just want to know whether there's something or somebody they can just pray about and maybe just share their faith. 2 or 3 examples there where people have been willing just to speak out for their faith. And then thirdly, let me remind you of the words of Jesus, where he told his disciples right from the beginning that it was going to be a battle to be able to speak up for their faith. He told them that they were going to be oppressed. He told them that they would probably be accused of breaking the law. He warned them. And this is what he told them. At that time you will be given what to say, but it will not be you speaking, but the Spirit of your Father speaking through you. If they were frightened of speaking up, they knew that there was the Spirit of God to help them to do that. And then again, if I just give you one other example, Paul, writing to the young church at Colossae, wrote this: "Be wise in the way that you act toward outsiders. Make the most of every opportunity. Let your conversations be always full of grace, seasoned with salt, so that you may know how to answer everyone." And so, if we're perhaps a little bit cautious, let's just pray together that we might have freedom to speak, and freedom to speak about our faith. Lord, help us all to be both willing to speak for you and wise in all that we say. For Jesus' sake. Amen.